anyhow, I may be, I may have in that last segment disclosed more to Cully and my audience that too much information, Tom. We don't know. We don't want to know how much pot you smoked when you were a kid, or not. I don't know. But I do have a strong opinion about this, and the reason why is because I'm familiar with this, and I'm also familiar with alcohol abuse and the abuse of other hard drugs, both through personal experience and friends of mine, and I can tell you that. There's some really nasty stuff out there. There's some stuff that'll really rack your brain up out there. And, I think that, I understand doing everything you can to keep things like that, some of these designer drugs and whatnot, out of the public sphere. But on the other hand, I think that anything that you can grow in your backyard should be legal. Just that simple. Right across the board. So... anyhow, that's my take on it, and I think that alcohol is one of the most destructive of our drugs. And there was a really, really strong case that was made successfully that alcohol was a destructive drug in the late 1920s or early 1930s, and it led to the prohibition of alcohol in the United States. And that didn't work out real well because people it's just the nature of animals to want to alter their consciousness. We've got a new kitten, and actually, we've got a fat old cat, Fang, who I've got a chair. It's an office chair. It's just like the one I'm sitting in right now. It's one of those. There's a fancy name for them, but they're these very comfortable office chairs with the kind of netting underneath and on the back, and they're very popular in offices. And you can spin it around, right? And this cat, on the boat, we've got a couch, and then there's the chair, and it's my old office chair, and it's sitting in the salon, the living room of the boat, which is also kind of the dining room in the kitchen, but you get it. And in front of the TV, and so if we're watching TV, Louise gets up. She likes to sit in that chair. I'll lay on the couch or sit on the couch. If she gets up and goes to get a glass of water or something, the cat immediately jumps on the chair because then I'll reach over with my foot and I'll start spinning the chair around. And this cat just loves for me to spin the chair around to the point where he's just like totally stoned. And then he'll jump off the chair and he'll just stagger around for 3 or 4 minutes as he's getting his balance back. And then once he gets his balance back, he'll jump up on the chair again and say, "Spin me around again." Right? Elephants seek out fermented fruit. Birds seek out fermented fruit. It is, primates take psychedelic plants and get high. I mean, all this is very well documented. There is built into all of us a need, I would say, to alter our consciousness. And some of us fill that need by doing things like bungee jumping and skydiving. And having done the latter, in fact, I broke my back the third time I was skydiving. I can tell you, it alters your consciousness. Some of us alter our consciousness by other kinds of risk-taking behavior. Some people alter their consciousness, by, everybody, I suppose, does. Most people do with sex as a way of altering consciousness, altering states, shall we say. There's all these things that we do that just kind of pop us out of the average humdrum day-to-day normal state and into something else. Reading fiction, reading novels, going to the movies, watching TV. We do all these things to modify our baseline state. I am convinced that this is just a basic need, and that there's a certain percentage of the population, and I'm guessing it's actually, I was saying 3% will be chronic abusers, and I think it's probably closer to 1 or 2% of people who are just going to, no matter what it is, they just can't stop, and they're gonna go nuts. But I think that probably more like 60, 70, 80% of us, maybe even 90, 95% of us, on a regular basis, try to alter our consciousness in smaller ways. Not, being perpetually stoned. That's that 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe 4 or 5%. but I think it's probably more like 1% because it would render you unable to work. And then you look at unemployment statistics and whatnot. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know the percentage of drug addicts in our population. I don't know the percentage of alcoholics. But whatever that percentage is, that's going to be with you no matter what. That's not going to go away just because you ban the substance. People are just going to go to something else. When alcohol was banned, people were drinking methanol and they were going blind. They were sniffing gasoline, and they were becoming mentally retarded. I mean, literally getting brain damage from it. So if we're going to, if we all have this, wired need to occasionally alter our consciousness, and some percentage of us, whether it's 30% or 70%, are going to do that with a substance, be it a glass of wine or a toke, why not make it the least destructive drug we can come up with? And it seems like pot meets that criteria. And so that's my argument for decriminalization and regulation. I share Cully's concern. I don't want 10-year-olds smoking pot. I think should be an adult activity.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
Once, your life is organized and stable, and then you say, okay, it's Friday night, I want to kick back, or it's Saturday afternoon, then that makes a certain amount of sense.